What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Tuesday on the Den. It is LGBTQ Topics Week, and I had a very funny post I had recorded to start editing this week in regards to gay conspiracy theories, like chemtrails causing people to be gay, that kind of fun stuff, or like rainbows being used as a weapon. That will come next week in Random Topics Week, because I think it'll be a really good opportunity for me to just hammer out a good comedy-filled conspiracy theories video with the queer community. But I wanted to come forward today that this last week some stories were released in the a local news paper here in Minnesota called MinPost, and it was regarding a Congress member, Rick Nolan, and his handling of sexual abuse in his office with staff members and survivors coming forward and talking about it. And just yesterday, gubernatorial candidate Erin Murphy here in Minnesota came forward at a press conference with two survivors of sexual assault and her running mate Erin May Quaid to discuss what she plans to do policy-wise in the governor's office to create a culture that assists people who are survivors of sexual assault. And in the last 24 hours since then, I was reached out to by one of those two survivors that were at the press conference to possibly be interviewed by the Star Tribune, which is a huge newspaper here in the Midwest, to discuss my story as a male survivor of sexual assault and as a queer member of the community that is a survivor of sexual assault. And I am going to be focusing the next week of my time on that. I just wanted to come forward and be totally upfront as to why this is not a regular video this week. I'm not in exactly the right headspace to push a comedy video this week. It is going to be an interesting week as my name is going to be thrown in the news. I'm going to be criticized and taunted and laughed at and ridiculed all over the internet and social media as soon as my name is released on that article. And I've done this before. I've run for office before. I've come forward with my story before. It's nothing new for me. It's just going to be a long week for one of the bears here on the Den. So I wanted to be forward and honest that this week wasn't going to be a normal video, but next week's video, I promise, is going to be full of laughter, fun, and jokes and some hilarious content. It just was not in the cards this week. I hope that within the next week, all of the content that is pushed online with my name attached to it in Minnesota and the surrounding states and a more national conversation surrounding sexual assault, I hope that it does good and it doesn't damage or harm the movement to allow voices of the queer community that have been survivors and victims of assault to be able to be taken seriously and honestly. So I hope all of you have a good week. I will see you next week with a more funny video, and wish me luck. Bye.